Supposed to be back here now, and he's not. We wish you a pleasant good evening. Welcome to senior night here at the Lock. Clayton State welcoming in Georgia Southwestern for the final regular season home game on the schedule. Mitch Evans along with Bill Schindler. Man, this season flew by. Unbelievable. This is the last home game of the season, Bill.
It has. I know the men were probably going to get a little bit more, at least at home, but for the women, this is it. And the final regular season, as you said, scheduled for both. And, I was talking with Kalina Coleman, and that was kind of the first thing we both said. Can you believe it's already here, the end of the year? It just, it does fly by.
Well, senior night for Breland Rackley, Asia Grimsley. The Lady Lakers have dropped 2 straight games coming into this one after they had reeled off a 5-game winning streak that had them over 500. Now they're back at 500, 13-13 overall, 10-10 at the Peach Belt. More importantly, Clayton State 7th in the conference standings right now, 1 behind Francis Marion for 6th, 2 ahead of 8th place UNC Pembroke. Lakers coming off a lackluster loss to the Braves here on Saturday at the Lock, 53-47, 25-2 UNCP run that we talked about as it was going on. We were sitting here dumbfounded, Bill. The Lakers could not put the biscuit in the basket. Literally, they're going to be after. They got to shoot it better. I think first and foremost, they have missed so many bunnies, gimmies on the season. I know it's asking a lot when they really haven't done it all season long, but they've got to hit those, or at least do better at hitting those.
Yeah, the frustrating part is actually we've seen flashes, though, of this team play really good basketball, and then you see that performance like we were talking about in that second quarter where they scored 4 points total in that 25-4 run. I mean, it is frustrating, I think, for everybody, the players, coaching, fans. It just is something where you see the glimpses where you know that it is possible that they can go out and do it. It's just putting it together. And, I think Kalina Coleman sent them a message and just said, look, from here on out, how much longer do you want to keep playing? Because it's going to be if you win tonight and then you win, Columbus State on the road, that's a tough place to play. But essentially, they could be the 6th seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. You get in there, and then, again, how long do you want to keep playing? It's up to you then. If you can keep winning, you can keep playing. So that's I think, a very strong message to the players. Look, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying yourself, if you want to keep your college career going right now, especially for the seniors, lots on the line for them.
As I said, Lakers coming into this one with a 2-game losing streak, and Georgia Southwestern was on a 4-game slide, but they ended that on Saturday, so they come in with a win, 74-65 over Augusta. Canes led by sophomore Mariah Trimble, who averages just over 10 points and nearly 7 rebounds per game. She had 7 and 7 in the 58-52 victory over the Lakers back on January 24th in Americus. Lakers lead the all-time series 26 22-13. So that's pretty much the prelude to it all. Keep it right where you are. Starting lineups, the opening tip right around the corner after we take this quick break. Well, there you go. Your starting lineups for Theo Celeste. And we got them for you again just to get it straight. Number 1, Shania Jones. 14 is Chris Beckham. 21, Tamisha Blue. 22 is Mariah Trimble. And 34, Amanda Molosky for the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes, coming in at 8-16 overall, 5-15 in the Peach Belt Conference, and 1-8 on the road. All that should play into the hands of the Lakers, but we'll wait and see how that goes. For the Lakers, Asa Grimsley, the senior, along with the Breland Rackley, and Kieta Saunders, Tatiana Foster, and Valencia Johnson, the starting lineup for Clayton State.
And the Lakers, I mean, historically we talked about it. This has been one of those, well, look, it's been a kind of a 500 year. It bears that out in how the feeling is, I think, with this team, and how the feeling is, or how it reflects on the record. But, you know, we're used to seeing them win a lot at home. And the mystique has kind of faded away a little bit with the home wins here for the Lakers.
And the jump between Trimble and Rackley is controlled by no one as of yet. And then just like that, Georgia Southwestern got it, and then it's called the backcourt. Wow. We've seen some crazy things.
Well, yeah.
That adds to it.
I guess they maybe were over the line on the jump, but that's all right.
First of all, no one wanted the ball. Second of all, I don't know how that was a backcourt when no one really – she never got – she didn't have it in the front court and take it into the backcourt. Asa Grimsley drives to the basket, comes up short on her attempt, and away with it are the Canes. Driving here is Jones. Gives it up down low to Trimble, and she's able to lay it in.
Yeah, Trimble has really played well. 24 points in 6 straight games. She's had double figures some great performances.
Averaging 10 points per game, their leading scorer, and from these parts, Livonia. Went to Chattahoochee Tech and also Tucker High School. And away with it is Georgia Southwestern again. And close but no cigar on the foul. And then going to the basket with that big Euro step was Jones. And then Grimsley comes away with the rebound off the miss. Asia right to the rack, and the flip is good. 2-2. Just over a minute into this first quarter here at the Lock. Mitch Evans and Bill Schindler with you. Final home games of the season, of the regular season. Certainly we expect, and we know that the men of Clayton State will be playing at least one home game. And not getting the roll there was Chris Beckham, the junior from Zebulon, Georgia. Valencia Johnson jumper in and out. And then the ball goes off of Amanda Molosky, so it will stay with the Lakers.
Been interesting seeing Grimsley really kind of pick it up here as senior night. And AB gets the shot, but I think those two will be fun to watch here this evening. Had some extra energy.
And then the pass stolen there by Saunders, and she's going to go with it one-on-one, and it won't go, and the rebound by Molosky. And she traveled. So Molosky has had her hands on the ball twice there on the end line, and both times she lost it once and traveled the second time. And then a bad pass to Rackley from Saunders, but Breland was able to get it. Foster with it, right side. Back to Bree, three-pointer. It's good! So A.B. Rackley here on her final home game of her career, hitting on the three. And the Lakers are up 5-2.
And when she gets off to a quick start, that really is a good thing for the rest of her game and the rest of the team, too.
And the 20th three-pointer on the season for Breland. Got the rebound there, and it goes out of bounds, and that was off of Molosky again. So not a good start for Amanda Molosky. She's shaking her head as she goes to the bench. And reporting in to take her place is number 32, Tyra Smith, freshman from Powder Springs and Hillgrove High School. Saunders on the left side, down low to Rackley. Back to Saunders. Now to Johnson. Puts it on the floor, up and with the left hand, lays it home. 7-2 Clayton State. 2:45 into this first quarter. Nice dribbling and then a foul And that was Tamisha Blue. Can I just get it out of the way now?
Sure, go ahead.
You're my girl, Blue.
There we go.
All right.
You know, that's my text message alert.
Is that really?
It is.
What do you mean? You're my boy, Blue?
Yes. I'll let you text me in the halftime, and I'll prove it to you.
Will Ferrell from Old School. Lakers get it on another turnover by the Hurricanes.
It's a solid Joseph Blutarski reference.
Opening 3 minutes of this first quarter, Foster with the dribble, stops and pops and hits. So, Tatiana on the board, and it's 9-2 Lakers on top of the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. And now they're double teaming the ball and out of bounds, stepped on the sideline.
And again, that's that signature press by the Lakers, and we're seeing it by the current leader and probably one of the future leaders, A.B. Rackley, the senior over there doing that hard work with Tatiana Foster. Really has been impressive as a freshman guard this season. She stepped up big time, too, with Mercedes Jenkins being hurt.
She's done a good job. Certainly you look at some of the numbers for Tatiana, and you'd love to see that turnover total. And A.B. Rackley with another bucket, and she's off to a quick start with 5 points, and the Lakers off to a with a 3. Fast start for the Lakers, up by the score of 12-2, just 3:45 or so into this first quarter.
Yeah, A.B. Rackley. There's a story, actually. Why not? We'll tell it now. I mean, it has been a rough year for her, and this was a story I wasn't even really aware of, and Clayton Coleman was talking about this before the game, and I just wanted to make sure. I said, well, is it okay? And she said, yes, you want to share it. A.B. has been battling a lot this year as far as just personally. I mean, this has been a rough year, senior year, but I believe back in August, her older brother was actually shot and killed at a convenience store. Wrong identity. Some guys pulled up and shot into his car. And, I mean, that has been a struggle, obviously, for her and her family. And, I mean, I don't know how you deal with that in any circumstance, especially when you're in school, you're playing basketball. I mean, when you're basically still a kid, we forget how young these young ladies really are. And it just – I mean, it's such a sad story. I don't know what to say. It's amazing that she's overcome and persevered, and just want to put that in there because it really is. It's a heartbreaking story, but she's dealt with it so amazingly well. The coach is just happy. She said every day she sees a smile on her face.
Well, I'm sure playing basketball helps bring a smile to her face, and I don't want to say helps forget, but certainly helps for a small, short period of time take your mind off of it. The drive to the basket, and the floater by Jones goes for 2, and it's 12-4 Lakers. And already 5 turnovers for Georgia Southwestern to 0 for the Lakers.
And 5 of 10 shooting, too. I mean, 8 points off of those turnovers.
Oh, the pass by Alicia Merriweather was picked off or deflected. Alicia was able to get it back. She was trying to get it to Rackley. Grimsley with it on top from downtown. Front iron, but the offensive board by Saunders. Grimsley's got it, goes to the basket, and they call a travel on Asia. So that's the first turnover for the Lakers.
But, you know, still, Mitch, they have really played, I think, pretty well there, especially with you see the rebounds, getting the ball back, not forcing quick shots. That was a great offensive possession. I know they don't come away with any points, but that's something I think that we want to see a lot from the Lakers going forward is that style of offense.
Open in the corner, Beckham, who shoots and hits. Chris Beckham, her first basket, and that cuts the Lakers lead to 12-6. Man-to-man defense for the Hurricanes. Got it down low to Merriweather. And with the offhand, she's able to bank it in. So Alicia, her first basket. The Lakers go back up by 8 as we go under 5 minutes, halfway point of this first quarter. Senior night here at Clayton State. Lady Lakers trying to get back on the winning track after falling to UNC Pembroke here on Saturday, and then there's a foul, and that will go on Rackley, her first, and the Lakers first. Oh, check that, team second.
And that's what we've always echoed it time and again about A.B. Rackley and the fouls, and she comes out as is the custom where you get that first foul, you go to the bench, but they need her minutes on the floor. When she is not in that foul trouble, when she gets those 2 fouls early in that first half, it just makes it difficult on everybody. As more minutes have to come, and she's really the leader of this team.
Tamisha Blue nails both free throws, 61% from the floor on the season. Blue, by the way, right from here in the ATL, Dutchtown High School. 14-8, Clayton State. Get it down low to Grimsley, and she was fouled. Excuse me, Merriweather, and she was fouled by Tyra Smith. So that's her first, and the first on the Canes.
Tyra Smith has been interesting, too, for the Hurricanes. She has played very well as a freshman. They've started to incorporate her a lot into their offense.
Oh, nice drive and bank by Tatiana. She's got 4, and the Lakers are up 8. Trimble to the rack. Won't go, but she was hacked. And that'll be on Brittany Hardman, who just checked in. So Brittany just got in, and now she's going to have to come out as Shakoria Miles reports to the scorer's table. Trimble at the line, and comes up way short on that first free throw attempt. Just 67% on the season for Trimble. Not a very good free throw shooting team, just 64%, actually just under. So that's part and parcel to the record, again, of 8 and 16 overall, and misses both, does Trimble. Lakers with the rebound. Jade Hayes in now for the Lakers. Foster up top, directing traffic. Loops it over to Miles. She tried to force it down to Merriweather, and it got intercepted. And this is Blue with it. And then her pass was intercepted by Foster. She drives, now pulls it back out. Hayes up top. Merriweather at the foul line, down to Miles, and her banker is off the mark. Rebound to the Hurricanes. And Blue will run things. And she calls out a play right now. Smith's got it on the floor. Back outside. Shania Jones, a senior point guard from Miami, drives to the basket, and the floater, no. Miles the board. And Kalita Coleman wants her players to push it, and Foster taking her time. Hayes, left side Saunders, back to Hayes up top. Now Foster, down low Miles. She turns, gets it outside to Hayes for 3. Way off. The rebound to Smith. And they get it down low, and the shot off the mark there from the baseline by Brittany Grant, senior from Horn Lake, Mississippi. Foster, no. Rebound to Jones. (16-8) Clayton State with 2:10 left in the first quarter. Miles comes out to the shooter, no good, and then Shakoria is able to get the rebound. She'll give it to Foster, who will bring it up. Merriweather hands to Saunders. She'll throw to Foster on the left side. Pass in the corner to Hayes. Oh, nice look down to Merriweather, who puts it in.
Yeah, nice ball movement. They finally got on the low blocking. You know, you talked about those close shots, Mitch, that they needed. Finally getting those things to fall.
They're hitting a majority of them.
Yes.
Lakers back up by 10. Get it down low to Grant, and then the ball goes out of bounds. That one is off of Brittany Grant. Lakers get it back with 1:24 left here in the first quarter. And checking in for Clayton State for the first time today is Taquana Bland as Shakoria Miles comes out. So on the floor, you've got Merriweather, Foster, Hayes, Miles, and Bland. Or excuse me, Saunders is in there now. And Miles is out. There's Taquana on the right side. And a whistle. And they're going to call 5 seconds or 3 seconds.
Yeah, I guess there was no I thought maybe they called a travel, but you're right. I didn't see that signal.
Must have been 3. I don't see how it could have been 5 seconds. So Lakers turn it over. Ahead by 10. Just over a minute left here in the first quarter. Kick ball on the inbound, so they'll throw it in again.
Let's go, White. Defense.
Pressure from Hayes in the backcourt.
Just saw that replay. Maybe a palm was what they called.
Adrian Brown threw it away. Lakers steal it. Foster's pass deflected, but she gets it back. Down low, Merriweather, in and out. This just slid off the rim. And then Merriweather looked like she had it, but Adrian Brown came away with it. She finds Gabby Fingers. But Fingers misses on the 3 attempt, and Merriweather gets the board. Saunders throws to Bland, right side. Drives to the basket, the corner Foster. They'll work it around the perimeter. 3 from Hayes. Nope. Oh, nice offensive rebound by Merriweather, and she gets the roll.
And those, again, those close ones. I mean, look, the good part is, statistically, those are going to start to fall at some point.
15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Last shot for the Hurricanes. They trail by 12. Driving to the basket, and that led it off was Grant for Molosky. She misses, follow no, and then fought for, whistle, jump ball. The arrow pointing in favor of the Lakers with an even 2 ticks left in this first quarter. And it's been a good one for Clayton State. They needed a bounce back, certainly from an ugly loss to UNC Pembroke. And the Lakers have gotten off to a very good start in this one. And Foster's going to get it, and she gets it off at the buzzer. No. So 10 minutes in the books, and the Lakers leading Georgia Southwestern by the score of 20-8. Bill and I back to second quarter action when we return. Back with it from the lock, ready to start the second quarter. Clayton State leading Georgia Southwestern 20-8. Lena Coleman sending out on the floor to start this second period. Breland Rackley, Taquana Bland, Valencia Johnson, Delania Clarity in for the first time, and Asia Grimsley.
That's some pretty easy numbers to break down. They're shooting well at the Lakers, 9 of 22, about 41%.
And the floater no by the Hurricanes, and Rackley the rebound.
But the other things are they are creating a lot of turnovers, 8 turnovers for Georgia Southwestern. They have 8 points off of those 8 turnovers, and 12 points of those 20 come in the paint.
Oh, Grimsley was able to loop a pass up top to Bland, and now Rackley's shot offline. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. And bringing it up is Kaya Cochran in, the sophomore guard from Shreveport, Louisiana. I tell you, they've got players from all over the place.
They do.
Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana,
Texas, Houston.
Texas, yeah. And here in Georgia, of course. And a foul here on Clarity.
4 players from Florida. That's pretty good Southeast regional recruiting.
Yeah, I would say so. Trimble at the line, missed her first 2 attempts, and now you can make it 0 for 3 for her. And she won't get the charitable roll either. So Trimble is 0 for 4 from the stripe. Lakers up 12, opening minute of the second period. Rackley had it stripped out of her hands, but it went to Bland. Grimsley thought about a 3, but held off. Johnson drives, and she won't get the bounce. And the ball goes out of bounds off of the Hurricanes, so it'll stay with the Lakers. Or not. Wait a second. That's got to be Lakers basketball. Didn't that ball go off for number 11?
Apparently not.
Wow, that's, I don't know. My eyes must be playing tricks with me, Bill. Pressure in the backcourt. Johnson stole it, but then the Canes got it back, and they're going to say that was a 10-second violation. Didn't get it into the front court in time. So good defense pays off for Clayton State with another Hurricanes turnover. Grimsley left side, screen from Rackley. And she stops her dribble, now needs help. Clarity right side, forced to pass to Rackley. Johnson got it, drives to the basket, and is fouled. And exactly what I was just saying, and echoing those thoughts. Kalita Coleman telling Asia Grimsley to keep her dribble, don't pick it up. First free throw by Johnson is good. She's got 3.
And nothing tends to go well when you start picking up your dribble. Well, you got 2 options.
Only helping the defense, right. You only have 2 options, pass it or shoot it.
Yeah.
Rackley with the offensive board and fouled on the floor. Let's see who they give this one to. Tamisha Blue. First on her. Right down low to Johnson. Found some space but couldn't get it to drop on the hook. And the ball goes out of bounds off Rackley.
I think the one thing we've seen, obviously, other than the obvious, that the ball's gone in a little bit more. Because, I mean, look, it was a bad shooting night, to say the least, the last time we saw the Lakers. But they are getting a lot of boards, and they're getting good play down low. I mean, they are exactly controlling the paint and the baseline the way they want to.
Jones drives into the lane, throws it back outside. 5 to shoot. Miloski turns, puts it on the floor, and doesn't get the roll. Rackley the rebound. Freeland throws to Johnson. Not much movement out of the Lakers right now, so Clarity will bring it in the middle. And now Grimsley tosses to Bland. 10 to shoot for Clayton State. There's Rackley in the paint, shoots and hits. So A.B. Rackley had 6 in the first quarter on a pair of triples, and now with 8, and gives the Lakers their biggest lead, 23-8. Jones driving. And no look pass down low, nicely done to Adrian Brown for the bucket. So it's 23-10 Clayton State, opening 3 minutes of the second quarter. Now Clarity dribbles it off her foot, and a lazy pass. If it was any worse, oh, and Grimsley drives, floats it up, flip shot, banks it in. Does it go, because they haven't put it up on the board? Yes, it is an and one. So Asia with the basket. She'll go to the line. Adrian Brown, her first personal.
feel like when Asia Grimsley is aggressive, too. I mean, that is something that we have seen at times when she really drives to the basket or she will take some of those outside shots. I mean, when she is starting to put it up, you see the Lakers play some better basketball as a team.
And it goes in and out. Asia from the foul line, 71%. Lakers try and steal it, and they do. And they call a technical on Grimsley. I don't know what happened there. She stepped back and traveled. I thought that's what the whistle was for.
Yeah, do they think she taunted because she stepped back? I mean, she was just trying to get the ball. I didn't think there was anything malicious there. It was a fight on the floor for the basketball. I didn't see a wayward foot.
Oh, well, you know what? I think when she pulled the ball and backed away, I think she said something to her, yes.
Well,
so Molosky at the line shooting the technicals.
We didn't hear that, so I mean that's if that was said, then yeah, it's the right call.
And Molosky hits both, 76% from the line, and she is their best free throw shooter. So it's 25-12, Clayton State. 6:38 left in the second. Grimsley, who got teed up, remains in the ball game, and right now William Pond and Jill Poole having a discussion, and now it's Jill Poole and Kerry Pierre.
I guess it's whose ball is it after the technical?
Now Pond looking in, and they've got it figured out, and it's going to be Lakers basketball. Kieta Saunders will inbound in the front court.
Yeah, I mean that's the right call because possession went to the Lakers, and then it was a technical.
Right. That shouldn't wipe out possession of the basketball.
Yeah.
So we still have a stoppage in play here as we get things sorted out. And now William Pond speaking with Mike Mead at the scorer's table.
It's obviously they feel great conviction in the decision.
Now Kalina Coleman steps in and has a word with Pond, and that conversation continues. A lot of head shaking going on right now.
Yeah,
nodding. A lot of head nodding.
That's the funny part. It seems like everybody was in agreement, but yet we still had about 3 minutes of, well, I think we are definitely maybe.
We're finally back in action. Clarity with it. On the floor, Johnson, and she traveled. So all of a sudden, the Lakers, who got off to a great start as far as the turnover differential, have kind of fallen in the way of the Hurricanes. And there's another turnover. Clarity gets the pass from Grimsley and banks it in. So Delania with her first hoop. 27-12. It's been the biggest lead for the Lakers, 15. Another steal. Grimsley knocks it out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Canes.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, what bails the Lakers out a lot of times is obviously their defense is just so good. That pressure that we just continue to see. Back-to-back turnovers there, although the Hurricanes will still have possession.
Lakers up 15. You wouldn't know it right now from watching Kalina Cole. And Kalina and I have talked about this, too. She doesn't have that scowl on her face, but she has been vocal with her players right now. Pushing buttons.
Well, they played so well when they went on that road trip.
Five to shoot, by the way. Sorry, Bill. And the jumper is an air ball and a shot clock violation there by the Hurricanes.
You know, they went on that road trip, and it looked like everything was going right, and then they had those 2 losses in a row. That last one was really tough, especially when you said it was a 25-4 run and 25-2 run.
25-2.
Yeah, 25-2 run.
Between the second and third quarters.
And just 4 points in the second quarter. And they still came close. That game was a close game at the end. Could have won it.
Yeah, they could have won it, right.
You know, and so that's the frustrating part. I think that's why Kalina is just saying, look, you know, there's a chance they could get 6, go out and take it.
Rackley with the miss, rebound to the Hurricanes. And then the steal by Grimsley off the errant pass. Got to watch out behind her. Asia needs some help. And she finds Merriweather. And then down low, open and putting it in is Clarity. She's got a pair of baskets here in the second quarter. The Lakers now up with their biggest lead, 17 points.
Boy, that's like you draw it up in practice.
And we're under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Nice look down low, and the basket put home by Mariah Trimble. Now with 4. Clarity gets the screen from Rackley and then almost lost it. Merriweather decides to shoot and hit from the top of the key. Not exactly Alicia's shot, but she's leading the way right now with 8 points along with A.B. Rackley, and the Lakers are back up by 17. And then a bad pass there, corralled by Beckham, and then the basket by the Canes.
And Miloski has been waiting for one of those to go. Boy, she has had a rough start today. Everything just kind of has bounced the wrong way for her.
Grimsley drives and puts it up and in with the left hand. Asia's got 6. Lakers back to a 17-point advantage. 3:45 remaining in the first half. Open is Jones. Drives, stops, and shoots. No. Rackley, another rebound. And Bree will bring it up and drive it. She's going to go coast to coast and lay it in. Yes. Almost got a little too far ahead of myself, Bill.
It hung there.
Oh, nice no-look bounce pass down low, but missing it or getting partially blocked was Trimble. The Lakers come away with it again, up 19. Rackley for 3. And AB is feeling it big time with 13 points here in the first half, and the Lakers jump out to their biggest lead. 3:10 left in the first half. Clayton State 38, Georgia Southwestern 16. Clayton State Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so stay connected to all of your favorite Lakers sports teams on social media, and also get up-to-date scores and stats by visiting ClaytonStateSports.com.
Kalina Coleman just said, talking to her, that they are a better team, and I mean it's an easy statement. They're a better team with A.B. Rackley on the floor. And I mean, that is something that we have been frustrated at times to see when she gets in that sort of foul trouble where they take her out. You know, got to sit like the final 7 minutes of the first half. And boy, oh boy, you know, this is senior night. It's one of those, I think Kalina Coleman has challenged the players, like we talked about in the open. Hey, it's up to you. How far do you want to play? How much do you want to keep playing? Because if they can continue to win from here on out, you know, you get into the Peach Belt Conference tournament, you win in that. You maybe get into the NCAAs after that. You win in that. It's all up to you. I mean, it's just, hey, if you want to keep playing, you got to keep winning.
Well, it's been that kind of season of winning and losing, and they've been a 500 team pretty much from the get-go. That's been the one consistent point about this team this year, is it never was really able to separate itself, whether it was in a particular game or over a particular stretch of games. So Hurricanes basketball down by 22, and pressure continuing from Clayton State. It could have been a palm, no call, and then the layup down low to a wide open Mariah Trimble.
Lakers shooting 50% still, 17 of 34.
And check that Mariah Trimble, excuse me. Bland for 3, no. And it was off there, but the rebound to Jade Hayes. And DeQuana swings it to Johnson, who shoots from the elbow and hits.
Again, those numbers we talked about, Mitch, the turnover differential is huge. 14 turnovers for Georgia Southwestern compared to only 3 for the Lakers. And they have scored 13 points to 2 on points off of turnovers. 22-8. Lakers also have that advantage in the paint.
Well, the Lakers are outscoring the Hurricanes in the second period, 20-10. And another nice no-look pass to a wide open Mariah Trimble down low. Now with 8, we go under 2 minutes left in the half. Clayton State up 20, 40-20.
Already 13 points for Rackley, in case you were wondering. She has 4 boards, possible double-double maybe on senior night.
Foster, crossover, stops and shoots, no. And then the ball goes out of bounds. It was off of Clayton State as Brittany Hardman got her mitts on the basketball but was standing on the baseline.
And also somebody else to watch out for double-double wise is Alicia Merriweather, 8 points and 4 rebounds for her.
So Blue brings it up. Throws it to Trimble, Beckham, excuse me. No, Beckham got the rebound, though, and put it home. Beckham's 4th points. Cuts it to 18. The minute 20 left. Foster to Johnson from downtown, no. And Trimble clears the glass. Get it here, Beckham, crossover on Johnson, and she's fouled. The basket there by Miloski won't count. The whistle came before it. So Valencia now with 2 here in the first half. And to the line for Georgia Southwestern is Chris Beckham, averaging 3.5 points per game, 70.5% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. So she makes 1 of 2 to rebound to Hardiman. And the Lakers with it. We go under a minute left in this first half. It's been a good one for Clayton State. I don't think you could ask for anything more. They've shot it well. They've benefited from a bunch of turnovers. Hayes lets loose from 3-point range, and it was too strong. And then breaking ahead of the field, well, catching up to her is Hayes. But Jones, the nice spin but couldn't connect. And then cleaning up down low is Trimble. She's had a good second quarter with 8 points. She's got 10 for the game. And 30 seconds left here in the first half. Lakers up 15.
And probably about 4 seconds between game clock and shot clock, roughly.
Hardman misses on the drive along the baseline. The rebound, Miloski. Shot clock off. Last shot attempt if the Hurricanes want it. But Beckham says, no, I'm going to take it right now. And Rackley got the rebound. She's going to bring it up with 8 seconds left. AB stops, shoots, banks, no. And then the rebound of Foster from 5 feet away, and she floats it home. And that will do it. So a very good first half for Clayton State, and with the dust settled, your halftime score, Clayton State 42, Georgia Southwestern 25. Bill and I will return with the Ortho Atlanta halftime report after we take this break. Well, thanks for coming back. Appreciate you watching Lakers basketball. Time for the Ortho Atlanta halftime report. Mitch Evans, Bill Schindler with you here at the Lock. Clayton State on top of Georgia Southwestern. 42-25, all Lakers. The numbers that we've talked about, Bill, certainly the turnover number, 14 of them for the Hurricanes, only 3 for the Lakers, and thus the 13-2 advantage, points off of turnovers for the Lakers. That has contributed in a big way, and as well as the shooting. Clayton State, they did cool off 45% on 19 of 42, but Breland Rackley and those 3 3-pointers and the points off turnovers, that pretty much got us where we are right now.
Yeah, and I mean, shooting well close up. That obviously shows up in the shooting percentage, but 22 points in the paint. You know, that was something you had mentioned early on in the broadcast is,
got to shoot it better.
You know, it's not like the Lakers are a three-point team where you say, hey, some nights they just can't hit it from distance. That happens. We saw a lot of those misses in the last game from very, very point-blank, close range. And so, you know, tonight we're actually seeing the ball go in, and we're seeing the Lakers. This is what they want to do. I mean, that first half was about as good as we have seen this team play in a long time here at home because the defense was on point. I mean, they really pressed the ball, and that's something they've always done, but they pressed well. They forced even more turnovers than we're used to seeing, and then they turned those turnovers into points, and then even on the boards, it's fairly close rebound-wise, 23-21, but 23 rebounds is pretty good too.
Well, they average 17 turnovers a game, and they already have 14. Now, look, let's face it, the Lakers force the opposition into 23 turnovers a game, so this really, no secret, Bill. The game's being played at the Lakers' pace, and they're doing exactly what they want right now, and that's why they have this 17-point lead. The Lakers led by as many as 22. I don't remember this, but Georgia Southwestern actually led by 2 at one point, but that was short-lived for all of 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Lakers have led for 17:53. The game was tied for 1:24. Score has been tied once. We've had the one lead change. That was basically it. And leading scorer for Clayton State at Breland Rackley on senior night, 5 of 10 from the floor. Better yet, 3 of 3 from downtown for 13 points. She also has 5 rebounds, so was certainly on the double-double look for AB. Alicia Merriweather with 8 points, 4 boards, and then also Grimsley and Foster with 6 apiece. Valencia Johnson with 5, Delania Clarity with 4.
It's just a good way for her to go out at home. And, you know, no matter what happens, so we talked about the men's team will have at least one game here playoff-wise. So I know it's senior night for the men, but they will be at least having one playoff game, maybe more. But for the women, this is it. And for A.B. Rackley, this is the last time she will step on this floor as a current Laker in that uniform. And, you know, Asia Grimsley as well, it just – for those two, it means something a little bit more, and it's nice. They both have played, I think, even better tonight with that extra motivation. But A.B. Rackley, we talked about the story again, worth repeating, the passing of her brother in that shooting. And it is, I'm sure, been with her all year. It has been with her all year, and tonight she's putting on a display.
Leading the way right now for the Hurricanes, who trail it by 17, Mariah Trimble, 10 points, 5 rebounds. She's 5 of 6 from the floor. However, she's also been the biggest culprit when it comes to the turnovers, as she has coughed it up 5 times as well. All right. Yep.
Trimble, just want to point out, 7th straight game in double figures.
Well, she's one of their top players, and certainly where would they be? Well, they would still be down. They would probably be down by more than 17 if Mariah Trimble wasn't playing as well as she has offensively in the first half, again with 10 points. All right, so there you go. We get right to it as we're ready to start this second half of game number 1 on senior night here at the Athletic Center. Clayton State and Georgia Southwestern. The Lakers up by 17. And you've got Grimsley, Foster, Johnson, Saunders, and Rackley to start the second half for Clayton State. And this is Foster with it. Cross court, Grimsley put it on the floor. She shoots. And the rebound down low by Foster, and she was fouled. So the foul is on Blue, and that's her second. At the line, Foster makes the first.
Lakers didn't. I thought they had more. It seemed like they had more. Only were 1 of 3 in that first half from the charity stripe. So now 2 of 4.
And in and out on the second for Tatiana. She's got 7. Lakers up by 18 to start this second half after the free throw by Tatiana Foster. And then there's another turnover as Miloski just dribbles it out of bounds. She has not had a good one. She's got 4 points. She had 8 points and 10 rebounds in the Hurricanes win back on January 24th. Johnson, corner, 3, Grimsley. Oh, A.B. Rackley with another rebound. And then again on the putback, and she missed both. But she picked up a couple of boards. She's getting closer to the double-double.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she's got the points, right? She needs the rebounds. Get that double-double.
And there's a steal by Foster off the bad pass from Jones. Ahead, Saunders gives it to Rackley in the paint, and she gets the roll. So A.B. with 15. And the Lakers back up 20. Miloski poked away by Foster, another steal for Tatiana. Saunders with it, and then she gets it stolen by Miloski. And now Jones will slow it down. Here's a 3 from Beckham, short. Oh, nice fight down low to grab the board was Trimble, and she puts it back up and in. She's got 12. 7 and 7 the last time.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? A.B. Rackley again from 3-point range. And A.B. with 18. As she's sending a message to the fans here at Clayton State that she has loved her 4 years here, and she's paying it off big time. 4 threes for Rackley. This is Trimble. Or check it. Beckham gives it to Miloski, who hits it from outside.
I mean, this is what we've always wanted to see out of A.B. Rackley. This shows the difference when she plays well. How good this team is.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how important she is to this team.
Yeah, what, 1 foul so far? Not to jinx her.
Try to force it down there. Nice pick off by Trimble. And then Jones in traffic is fouled.
But, you know, good things happen when she's on the floor. We've kind of always talked about that. And, you know, there's been 2 of those that were trying to think back the last 2 games we saw. We saw kind of the ticky-tack fouls. Not to say that they weren't fouls, but they were just, you know, the fouls she didn't need to commit for her second that put her on the bench till the half.
And Jones, after missing 4 free throws, finally is able to nail one. And shoots an air ball on the next one. You would have thought that she found her range by hitting that first one. So 48-30, Lakers on top.
Usually it's not that way around. It's the reverse order, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Grimsley goes through the screen from Rackley. Johnson in the paint. Gets it to Foster. Throws it in the corner to Saunders, and they'll call a travel on Chieta.
Were we 7 and 7 was the last game out with the turnovers and air balls?
Yes. Oh, no, I think it was 8-8.
8-8, okay.
Yeah. I have not been keeping track.
Well, I needed a 7 and 7 afterwards.
No, they had the double snowmen, is what it was.
We saw a few things. That was an interesting game.
Jones has it in the corner, stops and shoots. Way off the mark. Molosky the rebound, and then she threw it away right into Valencia Johnson's hands. Now Foster lets everybody get into the front court. Loops it to Rackley. Back to Johnson on the floor, into the paint, and banks it in.
Nice play up top. They slip him down low into the paint. I mean, that was a beautiful screen set there by Rackley. Then she comes open, a beautiful pass to set up that basket.
Lakers up 20, whistle at the other end. And that will be on Rackley, so she's got 2. I don't think she's going anywhere, though.
It's okay, you know, almost halfway through this third quarter. So 2's not going to be a horrible thing.
Kyer Cochran from Shreveport. Corner to Jones. Goes crossover on Foster on the baseline. Her layup attempt was too strong. Rackley comes away with the loose ball off the glass. It's a nice play by Jones, just couldn't get it to fall. And she's shaking her head right now. Here's Grimsley. Corner, Foster drives, and then hands to Rackley, point blank range. She tried to bank it from a weird angle. I don't know why she just didn't try and shoot it swish. So the Canes have it up top with Cochran at the foul line. This is Trimble. Now turns and shoots and makes. Mariah Trimble right now with 14 points to lead the way for the Hurricanes. But they trail Clayton State by 18 as we're 10 seconds away from the halfway point of this third quarter. Foster on the dribble up top between the circles. Now to Grimsley, swings it to Johnson, back to Foster. Now Grimsley on the side, lets loose from downtown and hits it. So Asia's got 9, and for Asia Grimsley, her team leading 34 three-pointer of the season. And the steal, Grimsley with it. Lakers got a 4-on-2. Rackley on the layup.
Senior night.
And that's 20 for AB, by the way. And then almost stolen by Foster on the inbounds. Knocked out of bounds. Lakers with their biggest lead with 4:24 left in this third quarter. Clayton State's up by 23 points. It's 55-32. Back in a minute. Ready to resume action here at the Lock. 4:24 left in the third quarter. The Lakers with their biggest advantage of this game, now 23 points. And you couldn't have asked for a better showing from this team coming off a really ugly loss in their last home game on Saturday to UNC Pembroke.
And it's been led by the 2 seniors, too, tonight. Grimsley with 9, 20 for Rackley. She's sitting on 8 rebounds, too.
Well, the scoop shot down low by Blue didn't go, but she was fouled, and they're going to call that one on Jade Hayes.
47% tonight, 24-51 are the Lakers. And they keep getting those turnovers. Now they forced 19 turnovers and 19 points off of those turnovers.
the weave, driving to the basket, and the layoff pass there down low, and off the mark was Trimble, but got the ball back. So they'll reset. Actually, no. Shot clock is down to 7. In the corner, shot from three-point range, no good by Figures. And Merriweather grabs the board and will take it all the way and then loses it. So Alicia did everything right until the shot attempt, and then there's a foul down low on Trimble. So she'll go to the line. Mariah Trimble's been the story for Georgia Southwestern. Really, she's all that they've got going on right now in double figures with 14 points. The closest Hurricane player in points otherwise is Chris Beckham with 5.
Yeah, I mean, she had 24 points the last time they played. We said this is the 7th straight game she's been in double figures. You're right. I mean, that's been the story. She's been the team so far.
I got to correct you. Trimble had 7 in that last game, not 24. Maybe in her last game out.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at win over Augusta.
(55-34) Clayton State. Hayes drives, got it back after it was deflected out of her hands, and then she's fouled. So that will send Jade to the line on the season. Just 33%. She's only had 3 attempts from the foul line all season long and made 1 of them. And Jade sinking that one like she's taken 100 foul shots this season instead of just 3. And that's her first point of the evening. By the way, the foul was on Brittany Grant. And Hayes goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Gives the Lakers a 23-point lead again. Hurricanes set it up in their front court. Grant, bounce pass down low, and it was deflected away from Smith. And then a foul on the reach-in from Grant on Clarity.
Yeah, pretty obvious call on that one.
So they'll pin that personal on Smith, her second.
That would have been a 10-yard holding penalty in football. Got a good piece of the jersey on that.
All right, well, I just heard Theo Celeste say Brittany Grant, but the foul was on Taya Smith. She's got 2. Lakers basketball, Clarity, nice bounce pass to a moving Jade Hayes. Perfect setup, and she laid it in. So Jade with the last 4 points for Lakers, 2 from the line, 2 from the field, and they have their biggest lead, 25 points. It's 59-34, 2:25 left in the third. Oh, Jones got a step there on Hayes and exploded to the basket for 2. 59-36 Clayton State. Miles trying to set up in the post, and Hayes threw it. Merriweather was there instead. Her shot attempt was blocked, but she was also fouled. So Adrian Brown with the personal. And for Brown, that's her second. Meanwhile, Alicia sinks the first. And Alicia on the season, 65%, and she makes both. So Alicia's got 10. And the Lakers have a 25-point lead again. And then there's a push on Alicia in the backcourt. That's her first. No harm, no foul, even though it was a foul, but there was no harm.
That's what the old saying they had years ago, I think in the West Coast Conference for a while back in the 70s. They were, well, I mean, they use it everywhere, but if there's no blood on the floor, it's not a foul.
Ty Smith at the line. Tyra, just a 46% free throw shooter. And doesn't get the bounce there, so she misses both. And the Lakers remain up 25. Clarity, the head fake, gets it over to Blant, swings it to Merriweather, who walks. Or they call a 3 second. They call the 3 seconds on Shakoria Miles. And now Smith is out, and Molosky reports back in, the junior from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Minute 45 remaining in the third. They break the backcourt pressure. And now Figures will pull it back out. Gabby drives and is fouled by Bland on her foray to the hoop. And that's the first on Taquana.
And they've had, well, we'll see what the next printout is, but quite a free throw disparity, though, for the Hurricanes. I mean, they've had the advantage.
That's been the one lone category they own.
Yeah, and that's kept them, I don't want to say in the game, but I mean, it's kept them within just this being a total blowout.
1 or 2 at the line, second one rolled out.
Although we're getting there with the way the Lakers are playing. I mean, this is exceptional.
Clarity goes around a screen, backdoor pass to Hayes. Well done by Delania. And Jade Hayes has exploded here in the third with 6 points. Almost throw it away, but they're able to track it down. Molosky gets it to Jones, and she'll set things up. Under a minute now in this third quarter. Jones going to drive to the basket and not make it. Miles the rebound. So Clarity will bring it up. 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. 18 to shoot for Clayton State. Here's Merriweather. Puts it on the floor. And she's going to shoot a 3. And rim it out. A nice rebound by Miles in the putback. Shakoria's first hoop. And the Lakers are up 29 now with 18 seconds left. Shot clock off. Figures. Stop the dribble. Molosky puts it on the floor, and they're going to call a block on
Shakoria.
Is that who it is? Yeah, Shakoria. So Shakoria now with her first. So these last few fouls, Alicia, Merriweather picks up her first, Miles picks up her first. So it's okay. Up 29. Molosky hits the free throw. You would love to see those numbers in a game where it's closer and you're not in danger.
It's actually kind of interesting. They've had that many free throws, and yet nobody's really in serious foul trouble.
7 seconds left in the quarter. Blant going to drive, floats it, no, and the ball out of bounds, and that is it for the third quarter. And the Lakers extend their lead. Clayton State leading 65-39 over Georgia Southwestern. Bill and I will return for the fourth quarter in just a minute.
That way they know the 30 seconds is up.
Well, the fourth and final quarter of this final home game for the Clayton State women is upon us, and couldn't start any better with the Lakers up by 26 points, 65-39 over Georgia Southwestern.
Well, that third quarter, they shot 57% from the field. They were 8 of 14.
Wow. Well, too bad it wasn't like that all year long. We would have loved that.
They'll be planning an NCAA run.
But we'll take it in the last home game of the season.
Well,
this is something to build on, what you were talking about. Block shot by Rackley there. AB. Oh, sets it up to Grimsley. She stopped at the elbow. Everyone went with AB. She gave it to Grimsley. And Asia now in double figures with 11. 3 Lakers in double figures with Grimsley at 11. Rackley with 20 to lead the way, and Merriweather has 10.
Fitting, too, that both of the seniors get in double figures.
And a three-pointer on the way, and good by Gabby Figures. Her first basket, she's got 4. 67-42, Clayton State. 3 from Rackley. That was a heat check there by AB. Nice offensive rebound by Brittany Hardman. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Kalina Coleman and the Lakers. 8:54 remaining in the ball game. Clayton State up 25 on Georgia Southwestern.
I'm just looking at these scores by period. 20 in the first for the Lakers, 22 in the second, 23 in the third. And they scored
Consistency.
Well, yeah, and they scored over 20 each quarter,
right.
And it's increased.
And they had 4 points in the second period.
I know.
Against UNCP.
They had 2 points in a, what was it, a 15-minute span?
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, that's why I think obviously a lot of our audience, you've been with us most of the season and you've been tuned in for it, but I'm just saying, if you are new here and you did not see the last game, that's why we are a little bit speechless in some ways, because this was a team that just not to sound harsh, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn for a while in that game.
No, they couldn't. You're right.
I mean, just that's what it was. It was bad shooting, and now they're 27 of 56, 48%. I mean, this is wonderful. This is great. I love it. It just is, talk about a turnaround and a needed turnaround. This is good to see for a team heading into the end of the season where maybe they can make a run in the Peach Belt Conference tournament.
Lakers inbound. Grimsley going to drive to the basket. Layup, no. Another rebound for Rackley to put back offline, but AB was fouled.
And got a little bit of a hand in the face there, at least a forearm in the face.
So Beckham whistled for her first foul. Rackley back to the line. And misses on the first. And actually, I said back to the line. That would be incorrect. This is her first trip to the line. She's done all her damage from the field. And AB hits that second one. So she goes 1 for 2. Gives her 21. It also gives the Lakers a 26-point cushion. And pressure in the backcourt. They break it. Jones gets into the paint, gives back out to Trimble, who missed, and Hardiman with the rebound.
So looking ahead now, they go on the road, Columbus State.
And Foster tried to set up Hardiman down low. She had to go and save it and threw it back onto the court where the Hurricanes came away with it, and then there's a foul, and that's going to be an offensive foul on GSW.
But I mean, that's a tough matchup on the road, going to Columbus State. But I mean, they have a tiebreaker. I think they have the tiebreaker, or they beat Flagler.
Well, right now the way it stands, Georgia Southwestern wasn't going anywhere. But there are games going on that we should be keeping track of. UNC Pembroke right now, checking the scoreboard. They trail Francis Marion 51-27. So they won't be able to catch the Lakers now with this. Lakers win, they lose. Obviously, it's done. If the Lakers win, no matter what they do, it's over. So the Lakers pretty much are set in that 7th spot, and Francis Marion will still be 1 game ahead of them heading into the final game of the regular season. Rackley for 3.
Oh.
No, in and out.
That was down, too.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But I think there is something with if and I mean, you get into the minutia in this, but with Francis Marion, there was it would be like Flagler would be a tiebreaker along those lines. Essentially, hey, just keep winning.
Again, that's all it comes down to. Oh, nice crossover there by Jones, and then she threw it away.
But no question is the thing is they don't control their own destiny. I mean, Francis Marion, and they're not going to – I don't think you're right. They're not going to lose that game. What did you say, 51-27?
Yes.
Yeah, they're not going to lose that game to Pembroke. And that's on the road. That's up at UNC Pembroke,
That's at UNCP, yep. They are getting hammered right now at home. Lakers with it. Foster, elbow jumper. Nope, but there's Saunders in and out. Had the look, wide open, just couldn't get it to go. Beckham on the dribble. Gives to Blue for three. Rackley the rebound off the miss. And AB dribbling it up. Saunders looking. Rackley directed her, and she didn't come around the screen. AB gave it to Chietta. Here's Foster. Saunders going to drive, 10 to shoot, and she shoots. An air ball, and then down low, of all people, cleaning up the mess was Asia Grimsley. Asia with 13. Lakers up 28. 4:45 into this fourth and final period. Molaski. Nice box out by Hardman at the foul line. So Lakers basketball. And looking to make it 30.
You know, I mean, the two seniors really shining tonight. That's something that obviously they're always going to remember, especially on a night like tonight where they're going to get honored later. And Kalina Coleman was talking about how she had AB here 2 years and Asia here this just year. She said she wished she could have had Asia more years here. They're just two outstanding individuals as far as people, not only players, but just people.
Grimsley missed on the three. Pushing it is Blue, but can't make. And then the follow by the one and only player that really has done something here, and that's Mariah Trimble with 17. I want to tell you, every time AB sets up beyond that three-point line, there she is, spinning and hitting on the roll off the hook. So Rack with 23, and a timeout called by Georgia Southwestern head coach Kelly Britsky in her 11th season at the helm. 5:06 remaining in the ball game. All Clayton State. They lead Georgia Southwestern 72-44. Well, A.B. Rackley's got her double-double in her final home game here at the Lock. 23 points, 10 rebounds. And Alicia Merriweather needs 3 boards to get to a double-double. She's got 10 points and 7 rebounds.
Just putting out there, Trimble has, what, one board, too? She'll have a double-double, 18 and 9 right now.
Yes, she needs one more. And a 3, air ball from Cochran. And then down low on the box out, they get Merriweather for the personal. So Alicia picks up her second. And under 5 minutes left in this one. And the Lakers up by 28. And a turnover there on a foul. That one will go on Tyra Smith, her third. Lakers with their biggest lead of the game, 28 points. They've had it on several occasions here in the second half. And Clarity taking her time. They'll play catch up top, not rushing to anything. Down low, it's Johnson on the baseline. Puts it up and got the roll. That was a tough basket by Valencia. She toughed that one in. Johnson with 9, so she needs a free throw or another bucket to get into double figures in scoring. Ball out of bounds, stays with the Canes.
Tell you though, this is the team we thought we could see throughout the course of the season. This is when everything comes together, when they're shooting well. That defense, I mean, there's another turnover.
Yeah, pass wasn't held on to, and the Lakers were able to come away with it. It was a hard pass, tough pass in traffic down low.
But I mean, the defense shines, and then it snowballs. It snowballs into great things.
Clarity dumps it off down low to Johnson, and there's a whistle. It's going to be a foul, I believe, on Gabby Figures, or not.
It's also nice to see a team. I mean, it's easy, I think, after a game like the last time we saw to get down, and it's nice to see a team really just kind of step back and say, nope, this is not who we are. This is more representative of the character and the kind of team we have and the talent we have.
Driving to the basket, Cochran out in the corner for a 3 from Figures offline, but they keep it. Beckham drives the baseline, throws up a wild shot, no, then the rebound by Brown on the follow for 2. 3.5 left in the fourth quarter. Merriweather at the foul line. Gets it down low to Hayes. Now back up top. Low is Merriweather, and off the glass and good. And the foul. So Alicia has the chance for a three-point play. And you can give the foul to Gabby Figures, the senior from Tallahassee. She was more of a central figure last year for them. This year for Figures. I mean, averaging 7.5 points per game, but really in this one, I was expecting to see more from Gabby Figures, but we haven't. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle of everything that's happened in this game.
Kalina Coleman, too, putting the 2 seniors back in as well. Asia Grimsley and Breland Rackley.
Yeah, they're going to stay on the court for the duration here in their final home game of their Clayton State careers. And the Lakers with a 30-point lead, their biggest of the game as we go under 3 minutes left. Three-pointer from the left side, no. Merriweather fights for it, and the ball goes out of bounds off Alicia. 76-46 Clayton State. That'd be the best win of the season.
By far, I think, yeah. I mean, this is turned into a bit of a laugher in a good way for the Lakers. This is, and I mean, even though they didn't shoot well, they made that game close at the end the last time, Mitch. I mean, it was not a blowout. Lakers could have won that game.
And the steal there by the Lakers off the deflection. Grimsley going to drive to the basket, the spin. Oh, and she got hammered over the top, and there was no call. And Brittany Hardman and Tatiana Foster are a little too eager to get in the game yet. They ran in tandem and then sat in tandem. So there's the 2 seniors up top, Rackley and Grimsley. And Asia going to pull it back out following instructions from Kalina Coleman to eat clock. And now Merriweather to provide the screen. Asia going to drive to the hoop and bank it in. Yes, and it counts. So Asia finishing strong here in the fourth quarter. Had 9 through 3, but now with 6 points and a chance to make it 7. Asia on the season averaging 10 points per game, so she's over her average. And she got the charitable bounce there. 16 points, and here they come, the two seniors off the floor of Breland Rackley and Asia Grimsley, calling it a career here at home for Clayton State amidst the 33-point lead over Georgia Southwestern. So a round of applause for the two seniors here on senior night, as they combined in this game for 39 points.
And they're coming back in.
What was that about? No.
They tried.
They didn't want to stop. They don't want to stop.
Hey, why not? I mean, you're having such a good night, right?
GSW to inbound. Oh, it was a nice play there. As Cochran on the inbounds found a moving Adrian Brown in the lane for the easy 2.
I think AB's seeing if she can get to 30.
She's going to need a few more. She's going to need another 7 now.
Well,
but at the rate she's hitting them from downtown.
Hey, right? That's what I mean. It's possible. You go out there, get 2 threes, get fouled on 1. Easy.
Brown cannot complete the 3-point play. Misses at the line. So the Lakers up 31. Minute 45 remaining. Johnson driving. No. Rebound Hardiman goes back up, and she's hacked. So Brittany Hardman saying, hey, look, I know we're up 31, but I'm in, and I'm going to play as hard as I possibly can. Brown the foul. Now with 3. And Hardiman, who on the season from the stripe, just 40%, hits the first, and that puts her in the score sheet. So that leaves Taquana Bland and Kieta Saunders as the 2 Lakers who have not scored in this game. We got to get them on the board.
Yeah.
The problem is that neither's in the game. And now Rackley and Grimsley coming back in.
Why not? Let them finish.
I don't know if Asia feels like I wasn't coming back in, now I'm in. But they are. And what's the big deal? They want to get in every second they can here on this floor until it's over. Foul line jumper, no, by Brown. Got her own rebound, though. Gave it to Molosky, who drives and puts it up and in, and 1. Molosky into double figures with 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's something special to play at a college level, and they've got obviously one more game at least as far as the regular season will be on the road, but last home game. And most of us stopped where we had the jerseys we had to sell cookies to participate in.
And after the free throw was made, the Lakers turned it over.
Well, what happened?
I don't know exactly what the whistle was for, but
bad inbound maybe?
Yeah, it was on the inbound, yes.
Yeah. Maybe not 2 feet down.
Oh, man, they tried to set up Brown again down low, and she got ran into by the combination of Grimsley and Johnson, as she just got stopped like she ran into a brick wall. So no foul, though, and it's still Canes basketball. Jones in the corner, looking. Now throws it back out to Cochran. Gets the screen from Molosky, drives to the basket, lays it up with the left hand, and in. Nicely done by Kaya Cochran, who gets on the board with her first bucket. And we're under a minute remaining in this one. The Lakers up by 27. So Clayton State will get back over 500, improve to 14-13, as well as 11-10 in the conference. And why not a couple more points for A.B. Rackley for good measure now with 25. And the Lakers are up 82-53. Jones shoots and misses. Cochran got the rebound. Shot clock off, foul down low. It'll go on Valencia Johnson. That'll be her fourth. So Asia Grimsley will come out. Waiting to see who's going to come in for the Lakers.
Impressive win. I just tip of the cap because we weren't sure really how a team was going to react after all of what they went through in the last game, and this has been impressive.
There's no question about it. I mean, it's a complete 180.
Yeah, it's just different teams. I mean, look, again, worth repeating. They scored 4 points in the entire second quarter the last game. 82 tonight so far.
And Grimsley will come out, and Rackley will come out, and they'll come out to a round of applause from those in attendance here at the Athletic Center. And the home career, at least, for A.B. Rackley and Asia Grimsley now officially over with 22.3 seconds left. Meanwhile, at the line, Adrian Brown hits both. Lakers basketball with 20 seconds remaining. Tatiana Foster with the dribble to Johnson. She's going to drive right to the basket, get blocked by Molosky, but also got fouled. And I don't know if Colleen is happy with Valencia right now, just basically saying, we want to run out the clock. We are up by 27.
And Valencia saying, hey, look, I saw I had an open shot.
Yeah, saw the opening.
Coach, got to be aggressive in the game.
Well, Valencia, she wants to get into double figures. She's got 9. And now she's there.
Yeah, see?
So she knew exactly what she was doing. As any good basketball player would know when they're only with 9 and want to get in double figures. Valencia with 11. And the Lakers, the final 10 seconds. And this will close it out with a final shot by Molosky, no good, fought for, and that will do it. It is over. And the Lakers win their final home game of the season, taking out Georgia Southwestern in a very big way, 84-55. I want to say that today's broadcast would not be possible without the generous support of Laker basketball broadcast partners, Bojangles, Clayton County Television, Georgia's own credit union, the Development Authority of Clayton County, and Ortho Atlanta. Time for the Development Authority of Clayton County postgame report, and we will be joined now by Lakers head coach Kalita Coleman. All right, so you want to do it, Bill? You talk to Kalita.
Sure. All right, and we're going to have Coach sit in here and get her in and get the Development Authority of Clayton County postgame report. As Coach, congrats. I mean, this has to feel good. This was a 180 from the last time we were here.
Right?
I look, this is, I know, what you wanted to see probably every time out. This is about as good as you could script it.
Exactly. My apologies, too, from the last time for the game and for not coming, after the post-game interview. But I knew Georgia Southwestern coming in was going to be a scary team, we lost to them last time down. I mean, they always start out like that, but I'm glad they was focused and came in and executed the game plan tonight. So we always wanted to get a win on senior night for Asia and A.B.
And I'll tell you what, it was the two seniors, A.B. Rackley, Asia Grimsley. A.B., I think we don't have the final numbers, but about 23, and she had a double-double at least. 13 points for Grimsley. I mean, they both played they carried this team at first, and then it just snowballed into everybody else contributing.
Yes.
But those two, I know we talked before the game in your office how much those two individuals have meant to you as well.
Oh, yes. They mean a lot. Asia coming in from a new system and only have 1 year, it was tough. But, I feel like she brought in to the system and what we was trying to do, and now she's playing well for us. And same as A.B., playing behind, coming off the bench for us last year, and now stepping into a role as a leader this year. I think she's done her job. I just need them to continue to. I told you, like I told them before the game, it's like, how bad do you want it now? And they came out and they showed me that they really want it. They want to continue to keep playing. So we're going to go as long as they keep on carrying us. That's how far we're going to go.
So Columbus State is on the road. But then after that, Peach Belt Conference right now, I think 7, could be 6 possibly, depending on what happens. But you're right. How bad do you want it from here on out? This team, though, you got to feel good in some ways. Look, there was that. I know we had that 2-game losing streak in a row, but before that, there were some good wins on the road. And now this win today, it seems like things are in the right direction.
I hope so. That's what I'm praying for. I want us to be that team in the tournament that comes out and upsets some people, and not surprised. I'm not gonna say surprised because I feel like it's been there the whole time. It's just my girls believing and having the confidence that they can do it each game, closing games, closing quarters, and I feel like they are actually doing that now. So just hope they keep it up.
All right.
Because we got to make a run now.
Well, we'll let you go. Talk to the team. Enjoy the big win. Thank you again for the season, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you for doing it for us. Thank Mitch, too. I enjoy you guys.
It's a pleasure. We enjoy you.
All right.
Well, that's Kalina Coleman. I'm Bill Schindler for Mitch Evans saying so long for now for the development of Authority of Clayton County. Post-game report, big win for the women. Men coming up in just a few.
like a relay.